TLC Petsnip is the only nonprofit spay, neuter, and wellness clinic in Polk County. Along with serving the pets of Polk, they also have locations in Hillsboro, Marion, and are opening a fourth location in Pasco. Coming up on Polk Place, we will hear about their rescue group efforts, and Chico too. So make sure you stick around, will you please? Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Lisa Gray. She's the Director of Development for TLC Petsnip. Back again, and we brought a guest, and this one is Chico. And Chico's got character. He's got spunk. Tell me a little bit about Chico, if you would, please.
So Chico is from one of our rescue partners, Raining Cats and Dogs Animal Shelter, and they specialize in pulling the dogs that need a little extra special care. So Chico was actually from a situation where he was part of a hoarding and neglect case, and he was deemed unadoptable because he had a lot of medical issues. So rather than him ending up on the bad list for euthanasias, he went to a rescue only list. And rescue groups partner with Polk County Animal Control to pull dogs and cats like Chico. And so he's been with Laura at the shelter for a few months now, and his hair is growing back. We're getting his ear taken care of. And
now, what's going on with that ear?
I know.
That's a wild looking ear.
So that is what we call a cauliflower ear. And that happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
Come on, big guy. Come on, you want to come up? Can you jump?
He's like, no.
That's what happens when they have chronic ear infections and they get a hematoma. And that hematoma is kind of like a big blood blister. And it reabsorbs into the body, and they get a cauliflower ear, kind of like a wrestler.
I'm gonna say I've seen that before. So, about how many different rescue groups are there that you work with?
We work with quite a few. So across our entire organization, we have nearly 100 that we partner with. Our reason that we were founded was to help dogs and cats like Chico who are in these rescue groups, because rescues have financial needs, and sometimes they just can't afford a regular general practice care for medications in spay neuter. So our founder, Terry Sandlack, worked with Florida Great Pyrenees Rescue, which are those big white fluffy polar bear dogs.
Yeah.
And so big dogs like that, it's expensive to do their spay neuter, and she's done rescue for 30 plus years. And so as she was working in rescue, she decided, what's a better way to help an even bigger group than to start an organization like ours. So along with working with the general public, everyone's welcome, we also work with rescue groups like Raining Cats and Dogs.
Let's talk a little bit about what folks can do if they can't adopt or give a dog a forever home. How can they help you in these rescue efforts?
So a lot of the rescue groups that we work with are foster-based. Several, like Raining Cats and Dogs, is a brick and mortar shelter, but a lot of rescues just need help getting these dogs and cats into a home situation where they can learn their personalities, learn who they are. So just fostering a pet makes a big difference. Like this guy here, he can come into a home, doesn't have to be his forever home, you can just be a temporary halfway house, if you will. And then when it's time for him to go to his forever home, you know what his quirks are, kind of what he may have as a special need. Does he need special diets? Does he need extra lap time? Because he might just be somebody that wants to be a couch potato all the time.
I know what he needs right now. He needs a cactus plant.
He does. like, oh, itchy ear,
Yeah.
itchy ear.
So, roughly how many other dogs are there like Chico that need forever homes?
Well, in our county, there's quite a lot. So I would say between all of our rescues, actively, there's probably at least 100 dogs and cats looking for homes. Raining Cats and Dogs has only been open for 3 years, and they average 150 pets adoptions each year. So they're making a huge impact. And then foster-based rescues, I couldn't even tell you how many.
Yeah.
If you've got an open space and an open part in your heart that you can let one of these guys in just to kind of hang out for a little while.
When we get back to normal, you've got to bring to where we can go back to 2 guests, 3 guests. You got to bring some of your partners in, because the stories that they can tell, about trying to rescue, they need to be told. And the folks that are on the front lines doing this rescuing. You had mentioned that, he was deemed unadoptable because of his health conditions. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about how dogs get put in that situation.
So basically what it ends up is, we know that there are dogs and cats that need a little extra medical attention that the average adopter isn't able to put in, and some of the shelters don't have the means necessary to really put that money into these dogs and give them the chance to flourish. Shelter situations can be pretty scary for dogs and cats, and so you can see some behavior issues like fear aggression, food aggression, just general fear and nervousness. So dogs that have those types of tendencies will be put on an adoption only, on an adoption hold,
yeah,
and go to rescue only. Dogs like pit bulls are often deemed rescue only because they're a big breed, they're a big powerful breed, and some people may not have the best intentions when they adopt a dog like that. So another one of our rescue partners, Polk Bully Project, will pull those types of dogs and then put them into a foster home to get them acclimated into home life. It's a tough life, isn't it, Chico?
Yeah, for him being a rescue, he walked in the place like he owned it. He was a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
Pimping down the hallway, strutting in the studio, saying hello to everyone.
Oh, yeah, he is Mr. Personality for sure.
About how old is he?
He is probably in the 8 to 10 range. So he's definitely a senior boy, but most likely he wasn't ever able to enjoy his puppyhood.
Yeah.
So he's a young dog at heart.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
Yes, we are.
Now, for folks that are interested in adopting him, how would they go about doing as such?
So just contact Raining Cats and Dogs Animal Shelter. They are on Facebook, on the web, and then people can call and speak to Laura. Not only does she have Chico, because she specializes in pulling dogs like Chico, mm-hmm. she has a blind puppy there right now that puppy, he's probably about the same age as Chico.
Yeah.
But he came from a situation where somebody literally cut his eyes out. And yeah, so he has some fear issues because he's blinded, obviously has some emotional scars that he's dealing with. Yeah. So Laura takes on these guys that need the extra love.
That is heartbreaking.
It really is. And the sad thing is she sees cases like this quite a bit.
Well, I'm going to give you the last word on this. Talk folks into helping TLC Petsnip, Raining Cats and Dogs, and, of course, giving animals a forever home that need a second chance in life, if you would, please.
So really just the support that we need of course, financial support, because any financial support that we get, we pass on to our rescues. Donations can be given to us. Donations can also be given in kind to a specific rescue group, and we have funds set up to do a credit on their account so that dogs like Chico can get the medical care that he needs. And really, because most of these rescues are foster and volunteer driven, I know for a fact Laura would love to have some more volunteers that want to come, clean some cages, play with some puppies, and do some extra socializing.
What's really terrible about it, I love to maintain eye contact and, let you know that I'm listening. But Chico's down here being a ham, and I'm like watching him, and I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm like, just stop.
I know. He's just so cute. And probably not everyone can see your super cute face because you're facing me.
All right, Lisa. Well, come back and see us next month, and hopefully we'll have a success story for him.
Yes.
And many others. And I want to thank you for coming and joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
At TLC Petsnip, they proudly work with close to 100 rescues that are brick and mortar shelters and foster-based groups across the state. To date, they have provided over 1,200 services to rescues in Polk County. Those services include spay, neuter, vaccination, and sick visits. TLC Petsnip was founded in 2013 by Terry Sandlak. She wanted to make a difference in the lives of animals across Polk County. Her efforts have allowed them to provide over 60,000 spay-neuter services, with a large percentage of those being owned by financially restricted clients or pets in rescue programs. Now, if you need more information on them, or you think you can give them help, give them a call at 863-686-7647, or look them up on the web at www.tlcpetsnip.org.